Hello everybody, hi, welcome, and thank you so much for being here. We're gonna do a timeless collective reading, so whenever it finds its way to you is the right time. But just remember, it's a general reading, so see which ideas and signs and symbols resonate for you to help bring you some kind of clarity to whatever you're wondering, concerned, confused about. It could just broaden your perspective and show you something, in a totally different light, in a different way. Or it could narrow your focus, maybe show you something you're missing. But in the end, trust yourself. Trust yourself. That divine inner guidance is inside of you. The clarity comes from within and your connection to source. And try to make balanced decisions between your logic and intuition. So you always make sound decisions that are based in love for the highest and the greatest good of everybody. So we are all uplifted in love. And speaking of love, we're going to start the reading with the Love Oracle cards. Get some clarity on energy for the collective. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, our higher selves, angels and energies of love have for the highest and the greatest good of all. Clarity for the collective. I wanted to stick in my hand. So photograph. Looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, and making new memories. So somebody's looking at your pics, your pictures, your page, maybe something in their phone. They're remembering. Nostalgia's interesting because it's thinking about experiences that we have in the past, sometimes in a more or less fond light than it actually happened. It's like sometimes you focus on all the good stuff and amazing stuff, but you forget the red flags. Or sometimes you focus on all the bullshit and you forget that there was some good times. So it's having that balance and realizing that when it's nostalgia, it's not happening in the now. So our memories kind of can go back and forth. I see like a swing. But it looks like either you're looking at, somebody's photo. It could just be, I'm getting that if it's somebody specific, that this person is, I'm hearing so beautiful in your mind, or so like you don't even need a picture. You can just close your eyes and see them. Maybe you dream about this person. Maybe they dream about you, but somebody's missing you. I just heard absence makes the heart grow fonder. Maybe somebody didn't realize how much they would miss you. So let's get some clarity. Give us some clarity on the photograph. Clarity for the collective. Let's get one card for focus. Ooh, we got the chaser. All right, so this is a chaser in a codependent relationship. It's fear of abandonment issues. So this could be you, or it could be you in the past. It could be somebody else connected with you. It could also be a situation going on out there that doesn't involve you at all. It's the pusher. Sometimes it's the one that, is being a little aggressive. They have a desire, they want something to happen. But there has to be a balance. It has to be like an equal back and forth thing. So if this is you and you found yourself perhaps in the past in totally different relationship, or the one you're thinking about, kind of doing all of the work, it's time to find a balance in that situation. I'm here, do a little work on you. Come back to you. Get yourself feeling groovy again. And allow somebody or something space to come in their own timing, so that it can be a better balance. So you could be putting this energy forward because you want something to happen, you want something to manifest, you see possibilities. Maybe there was a lot of exchange of energy early on and then it changed and you're still in that same energy, but maybe somebody else isn't. So it could be somebody just, I mean, sometimes people fear or a little nervous or, you know, have to kind of step away when their emotions are really deep and big. Maybe they didn't expect to have this big, deep love and they got to like process shit. Or it could be that they're processing or doing something in their life and they're just freaking busy. So give somebody some space if that's the case. If this is the other way and you are being chased, you're being love bombed, it's coming at you from all ends over here. And maybe there's a gentle way to just chill that situation out a little bit. I don't think the ghosting thing is really the way to do it. If this is somebody that you're actually had connected with, it's not just like a one-time date thing and that didn't work and, you know, you swipe again. It's not that situation with this. It's some kind of connection that happened. It could just be somebody that's really into you and you're just not into them. So how can you do this in a gentle way where they get the hint, but you're not being mean? You know, it's being polite. It's giving somebody the courtesy of an explanation. It's giving somebody the courtesy of closure, if it's closure. And it's going a little old school because people don't do this that much anymore. Maybe having a good old phone call. Just have a little conversation. Even a text, something where the person understands that perhaps you need a little bit of space, you know, you need to do some things. This is coming on strong, and see how they, you know, play it by ear, see how they act, you know. If they are overwhelming you, then sometimes you do need to be solid and firm and just cut that shit off. Like, no, I'm sorry, this is not working for me. So each situation is going to be a little different. If this is going on in somebody else's relationship, and this doesn't really have to do with you, I do feel like the focus needs to come back at you, but maybe somebody's just really scared. Like they were just, it could go back to childhood, abandonment issues. It could be with the mother or the father, a friend, their first love. Maybe they've been hurt a bunch of times and they found something, you know, somebody found something they really like and they're really scared it'll go away. Fear of abandonment issue. So it's all it's a process. Everybody learns in their own time. But I do think it's more about a balance. And if this is a situation where somebody else is in a just codependent relationship, you know, somebody really just, I'm not getting it if this is not you, and this is a situation going on, that it's not an interdependent relationship. It's become almost, I hear draining, unsatisfying, normal. Maybe it's their norm. But when somebody's so like dependent on somebody else, I'm just getting that thing again where they perhaps something has to evolve and somebody has to learn to be a little more independent on their own. Maybe somebody just needs to have their own like your thing, like a hobby or a class, or you know, they need a thing to be excited about. So that was kind of weird things to get with that. Let's get one more card for the collective. Clarity on the photograph and the chaser. Healing heart. All right, so there is healing. This could be within you. You know, healing from a situation, you know, looking at that nostalgia from the past and maybe just choosing to let some stuff go. I see you mending a heart here. Healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationship or addiction. So it could be healing from some addictions, something that you're doing too much of and it was starting to drain you, whether that's a relationship or a thing or a substance or a job, energy you were putting into something, it became unhealthy. It became draining. And your energy had changed, not for the better because of it. So this is recognizing that, and I feel like you've already done some adjustments here because you're already mending it. This could be somebody else as well that's missing you, that's just healing. They could be healing from a heartbreak. If they're going through maybe I don't know, they could be going through some kind of breakup or, you know, a change or perhaps a transformation in their own relationships, friendships, you know, situation. And maybe because they're looking at your picture, maybe you were always healing to them. You hear a peaceful. Freedom from toxic relationship. That would be maybe the codependent thing. And healing from heartbreak, freedom. Maybe it starts with recognizing if you went through a breakup recently or in the past, maybe it starts with having a little bit of gratitude on having that opportunity to, you know, the what ifs, the freedom, the chance for something new. It's at the bottom. Oh yeah, nice. You do have healthy choices coming through. So focus needs to be on making healthy choices in love and in life, self-love, self-care, and being happier. So giving yourself some self-care, self-love, really listening to your heart, space, maybe your own space, or allowing somebody else space. You could still live with somebody and they need a little bit of space, a little bit of grace. All right, well, let's continue. I was going to do something very traditional, but not typical for me. I was going to do a spread. How about the standard, good old Celtic cross, but, you know, done my way. Let's go to one of my favorite little decks of cards. This is the Morgan Greer Tarot. It was created in a very good year, that grand year of 1979. All right. Clarity for the collective. Let's do a Celtic cross spread. Energy you need to see to help heal, to mend something, I just see that chaser. Maybe change the way you reacted to somebody else or the way you reacted towards somebody else. Recognizing your worth, your value. I'm just getting like you deserve equal back and forth. You know, somebody that wants to chase you just as hard as you want to chase them. All right, let's do a Celtic cross for the collective. Your energy is the moon. What are your obstacles? What's crossing you? Pause. The Hangman, looking at your situation in a totally different way. A purposeful pause to heal. All right, let's see what's supporting you. What energy is grounding you right now? Ooh, nice. You're manifesting. This is manifestation energy, recognizing your power, your personal power, what you have to work, and seeing things actually manifest and change. Rose, sorry if she was loud on the video. All right, let's see what's behind you, what you're leaving behind. I just see waiting here. So, come here. Come on over here. Good girl. Come on over here. Come on over here. Come on, hang out with us, Rose. Come on up. Come on. You want to come? Come on. Maybe if I grab her bone, she'll come up here. Come on. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Like that. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, she's going to hang out with us now. All right, so in the past, back to the reading. I mean, this is where you're waiting for your ship to come in. You sent out that message, you're waiting for something to come back, but it's taking that like pause time and doing something productive with it. I always think of the person that tries to just sit down at the mailbox in the chair for weeks or months or years waiting for that package to come. You know, there's something better you can do with your time. So perhaps that's what you're learning. There's something more productive, you know, something you can do that's more fun, exciting, you're into it. You know, I just feel like you're grooving. Like, that's what I see. Like, it makes me think of like disco music. All right, let's see what your higher self is saying. You know, what's coming from above? What's above you? Oh, nice. Well, doesn't matter what other cards are going to come out in this reading. Well, first of all, you have a balance. You do have the sun and the moon. So I feel like that's almost like a divine, masculine, feminine situation that's big, because it's not a personality thing, it's a universe thing. The sun and the moon are just equals. They just balance each other out. So no matter what other cards come up in this reading, this is always a beautiful energy. The sun's just beautiful. It just means that there's some sunshine coming down on you. There is healing light. There are opportunities right there ready for you to grab them. You got to grab them when they come. They're coming. And this is what's supporting you. There's also a couple here. I mean, they look like they're mirroring each other. And also the sunflowers. So when a sunflower comes out, it like follows the sun. So it's asking you to follow that joy. Follow those partnerships. Follow that particular person, you know, and that, you know, maybe not chase them. Make it equal. Here they're equal. They're looking at you the same way, but it's that energy. It's following that energy. All right, let's see where you're heading towards. Justice. All right, so you're that's good. That's good. That means you're heading towards balancing out the situation. It could be a big decision. It could have to do with the courts or government or somebody that's in like a powerful position helping you make a decision. But I always think the Justice card comes back to you making balanced decisions. What was healthy? What wasn't healthy? What was working? What wasn't working? How am I responsible for this situation? What did I do? What didn't I do? What did I say? What didn't I say? All of that, it's balancing out, but it's balanced between your head and your heart. So if you're all up in your head, put some heart in there. Your heart's intelligent as well. If you're just all emotional and you're all heart and you're not thinking logically at all about a situation, like you're not in a reality land, you got to be realistic with the situation going on. Acceptance of it. So, let's continue. Let's see what your general energy is. Working well with others. You want to work well with others. It could be, you know, getting busy at your job, being recognized for your talents. I feel like when this card comes around, it's also like recognizing the different skills that different people have. Not everyone is good at the same thing. So it's working well with others. Looks like you're building this church. I love the stained glass. So maybe putting your energy right now into a project, something creative, getting some plans together, maybe just, you know, something you can work on that you feel proud of. Sometimes we just need to be busy for a little while too. Sometimes that's helpful. Let's see what the getting like scratchy in the old throat. So maybe there's some non-communication or something being, you know, you don't know how to speak. Actually, when I see this Justice as well, it looks like she's all covered up here. So maybe there was silence. Non-verbal communication is sometimes really cool. You can read body language and energy, but you can't expect somebody to read your mind. Sometimes you just need to speak and be clear. Let's see what the energy is around you. So for others around you, well, somebody wants a partnership. Somebody wants to work with you. There's two people. It looks like there's one person here, but there's two hands here. You or the person around you has this offer. It's usually the world, but here it looks like a big ass pearl or a crystal ball or something. But it's this, you're like foreseeing the future. You're like imagining plans and possibilities with this thing. Or if it's the world, you're recognizing like the world of possibilities that are right here. I mean, somebody does want to work with you, and it's a two, it's a partnership, and it's fire. So it's a fiery energy. It actually involves passion between two people. Sometimes I get like sexy partnership with this card, and sometimes I get really good business partnership where you're just like, the ideas are just so awesome that you like want to work together, and maybe somebody else does have something to bring to the table, some helpful energy. All right, let's see what your hopes and or fears are, depending on what comes through. Ooh, silence. I mean, she's neutral. The High Priestess is powerful. So this is somebody that doesn't need, I mean, the High Priestess is an inner knowing. You don't need anyone to make that decision for you. You don't need any help from a king or a queen or an emperor or an empress. She just has this direct connection to everything, synchronicity, to the higher realms within her. It's really listening to your intuition. Sometimes she just means silence. Maybe that's what you're afraid of, too much silence. Or it could be the other way around. Maybe you just always kind of give away too much, and this card is telling you to take your time on the revealing. It could be revealing secrets. She understands esoteric knowledge and the occult, which is the hidden, the things you can't see and always explain. But her lessons are not linear. It's a feminine card. They're every angle, and they don't come through in order. These lessons come through when that lesson, when it's time to learn that lesson. She's standing on a big new moon. So maybe something happening with the new moon, beginning something new. And it's like you can't see what's behind her. So it makes me think of like when somebody has the curtain up, but as soon as that curtain goes down, you're going to see it looks like behind her, it actually looks like there's a beautiful ocean. So let's see what the result is. As of right now, free will is here. Things can change. People can change their minds. Situations can unfold and, you know, turn on a dime. So as of right now, let's see where this situation is moving. Oh, well, cool. It's definitely turning. Things are turning around. The Wheel of Fortune is coming through as the final outcome, which is luck is changing. It looks like you're on top here. Look at these two people. They're like, I mean, there is something that fell away. There's a person down here that fell off the wheel. You know, they're out of the picture now. So that could be, I mean, somebody somewhere is out of the picture, but it looks like the two that are hanging around, sticking around for this good time are like, it's like they're dancing on the wheel. I get that they're not even like stuck on the wheel. So when you look at these people, when you look at this wheel, you know, there's this big hand from the universe of God that's turning this like thing around, but the way that they're sitting, it looks like they're staying solid, and this thing is just moving under them, and they're just like, yeah, we're just gonna hang out here at the top of the wheel. Isn't that a song, At the Top of the World? It's like a 70s song. So sometimes the wheel, we do get thrown off. We do get, you know, things come about and they pull the rug out from under us and we fall down, but the wheel's always going to turn. Another situation and opportunity is always going to come through. So right now it looks like there is new opportunity coming on through. Perhaps it's a new partnership. Perhaps it's a new business opportunity or job. I feel like it has to be revealed naturally, though, not the pushy thing, because you got the High Priestess here. It also could feel very divine. At the bottom of the deck, yeah, you got the old heart-on from the universe. You got this big rod of passion, creation, energy, fire coming on through. So, what are you going to do with it? This new idea, this new partnership, this new opportunity needs a little attention. It needs some like, I'm just getting like fueling the fire. You need to make the plans. You need to continue that excitement on. So let's look at this spread in a general way. You do have the moon. I think I skipped over a few things. So your energy is like, silence, getting over something you were fearful about. Seeing that maybe not everything that was a scary situation is that scary. It could have brought you growth. It could have brought you clarity. Maybe now you can see the dark situations. You can see in the dark. You do have 2 secret cards. So, it might be that secrets will finally, like things you just didn't see, they were in the dark. Maybe not even a big old secret, but just felt like that to you because you couldn't see it. Maybe that's going to come to light since you have the big old sun right here. And maybe it'll feel better. I feel like once you recognize what those scary shadows are, they're not so scary anymore. Once you face those fears. It can't like get a hold of you anymore. I just hear you've overcome something. You have the coyote here and the dog, so it's that balance between the animalistic side of you and the loyal side of you. And, what do you want to put your loyalty into and your attention, and what do you need to just like dive into? Have that crazy safari adventure with. This is what's covering you now. So you are taking a pause. It's like a little time to think about something differently, to find a different way out, to think outside the box. So it could be you that is on pause right now. Maybe somebody put you on pause. There is a purpose for it. Maybe something has to happen over there without you being involved. Something has to change before it can come back around. Or maybe this is you needing to put some energy into something and having to put something aside for a little bit while you deal with something on your own. But with this in your past, it's changing your focus and not just hanging around waiting for something to happen. You have to do something productive with your time in the meantime. And it looks like you have the capacity to ground this energy and manifest, to literally look around you and see what you can start to work with to bring these dreams into reality. With the sun, anything is possible. Anything is possible. And bigger than you thought. So don't put a cap on that box. Allow the biggest, beautiful, brightest things to come in. You're heading towards this equality, equal give and take, justice, just decisions. You could be dealing with a Libra. Also like Libra, Leo. I can see the moon is either Pisces, sometimes Cancer, but lately I've been getting cards that have that Scorpio, so I'm just getting big water signs with that. Usually the Magician is like a Virgo / Gemini card. I usually see Pisces with the High Priestess. I don't know, I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is meant for everybody. And let's go to one more tarot deck. Let's get clarity on this reading. For the collective, this is the Animal Tarot cards. Let's just do one card. And this is that new beginning. I feel like that's the ace that comes out all of the time. So it can be that passion. It can be that sexy time kind of passion, but it's also creativity. It's excitement. Yeah, it's that exciting energy to start something. Clarity for the collective. The Five of Autumn. The Manatee. Okay, so this is what you're coming out of. I mean, that's the Five of Pentacles. So it is changing your focus. Sometimes the Five of Pentacles is just allowing yourself space to feel. It feels like you're left out in the cold. It's feeling, where are my glasses? The writing is a little small on these cards. Get my readers. Focusing on the negative, worrying about money or your career can block your progress. So because you trust and faith are at a low point right now, it's not the best time to start your own business or become self-employed. That's a weird message with this card, because I do feel like there's always helpful energy when the Five of Autumn comes through. There's always that warm window. So maybe you just need to get some good advice first. Maybe you need to do some healing first. Start saying yes when these big opportunities come through. Something will be changing for sure, because this has happened. So if this card is coming through because things weren't working out. I mean, this says financial, but it could be feeling left out in the cold with a heart situation too. But it's refocusing your attention to where you can get help and what you can do different, what wasn't working before. So something you invested your time or energy or money into wasn't growing anymore. It wasn't bringing you a profit. So maybe this big idea that comes through is that thing, because you actually have a 1 and the 2 and the 3 of rods. So you are taking that idea and making moves. Maybe it's a big partnership with somebody else working together that helps you like get your grooving again. I'll show you the 9 of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck. So this is coming to a place of independence. It's coming to a place where you do feel good on your own. Like you did do a good job. You have the beautiful surroundings, you have abundance and wealth. You're just missing, it's always like you're by yourself in this card. So there's just missing that someone or people or whatever to have that experience with. Your success has brought you financial security and the reward of much deserved time off to enjoy your own company. You may suddenly have a brilliant, I have to hold it back here to read, have a brilliant idea for a business or self-employment opportunity that will be very successful. You got a conundrum here. This one's saying hold off on a business or becoming self-employed, and this one's showing how successful you are with business and self-employment. So maybe you had ideas in the past that didn't work. Maybe you tried it already. Maybe it's just a new idea and it's a new partnership. It's changing how you go about the business that you are already in, because you're ending up with successful energy. Sometimes just bumps in the road, those hurdles are how we learn not to do it like that so we can have growth. Sometimes it's just, a downtime in the market, a slow time in business. It's the winter season. People aren't going out. So I just see you doing this project. So if things aren't going exactly right, whether that's in the love department or business, it's doing something that feels right. Because maybe that's the little thing that you need to do that's going to end up taking off. I'm going to take that card. I see the Emperor here. I was going to shuffle, but this little mouse kind of stood out. So, the Emperor that could be a boss. That could be you becoming boss, a boss lady, boss dude. It's like the big father. So he is able to provide for others. The Emperor is solid. He's structured. He's solid. He's like all the kings combined. But when I think of the Emperor, the best emperor is not the one that's the dictator. The asshole that only wants it their way, and that's the only way because that's the way that worked. A good emperor is able to adjust. be a little bit flexible. They go out into their kingdom, into their realm, and speak to everyone and see what's happening. How are you guys feeling? What's working, what's not? So that he can help everybody succeed. So this could be you being that Emperor energy, being really solid and structured and able to make like a fortress. You could make mountains. You're going to make the whole damn forest. Like, you create opportunities. Really, really confident. There is a moth or a butterfly in the back. It looks like this little deer mouse is like, look, it's so cute. They have like all their little, it's like they got their little nuts and their little berries. And I don't know, it's like some fun coins or something just for playtime. But they're all organized here. This little mouse has got itself organized and not a big old mouse nest. So its structure and organization are important right now. Don't be afraid to take a leadership role, as you have much wisdom to offer. So this is taking the lead on something. It's in your own world, and it's where your structure and your help is getting growth. It's not pushing your, ideas and help onto someone else if they don't want it. This is like working on your own kingdom. So, all right. Let's see. We're going to get one more card from the angel answers. These are just simple messages to clarify this reading for the collective. I don't know what you guys thought of the spread. I know it's a little different than how I normally read. I still kind of bounce all over the place because that's how the messages come through. But clarity for the collective. Oh, I didn't show you this either. This is the ragdoll cat. Aren't they the cats that you pick up and they just get really comfortable? So I'm just feeling like super comfortable. So I feel uncomfortable with this, but sometimes being uncomfortable is what pushes us to change. And it can suck. But it does, sometimes we have to be really uncomfortable before we change. Clarity for the collective. One simple message to end this reading. Okay, nice. The situation is going to improve. It's going to get better. Sometimes we have detours, bumps in the road, things that don't work out. Whatever it is, you're gaining this structure and this badassness to take a hold of what you can control, release the stuff that doesn't belong to you, that you're not meant to control, trust your intuition, trust the ebb and the flow of the situation, try to find some balance, really, really shine in the sunshine. I feel like this is when you're just feeling, what do you do when you feel like your authentic, true, real ass self? This is like you're just being you. Focus on this. And when the sun comes out, those opportunities, grab them, baby. Grab them. Oh, I was going to pull another card. I don't want to pull. We're going to shut this reading a little bit. These have been going on pretty long. But your situation is going to improve. You're grabbing that light. It's not a mermaid. It's like an angel or a lady. And she's underneath the ocean, which can be really dark and scary, and you don't know what's down there. There's a lot going on in the ocean, but she's leaving the ocean, like she's gonna be able to breathe. And it looks like she's gonna continue to the stars. Kind of a beautiful picture. Also, when I see dolphins, I think of very playful energy. I also think of blueprints. That's weird. But I feel like when the dolphin has that little this little dolphin sound that they make, like those little sound waves kind of go out there and bounce around the other fish, the shipwreck or whatever's in the ocean, and kind of make like a little a little three-dimensional blueprint picture that bounces back into the dolphin's little mind, and they can see like a visual of everything that's around them. I don't know if that's how dolphins think, but that's how I interpret how they think. Like they get that little, they have that little echolocation thing that like bounces back and shows you a picture. So maybe you're getting blueprints, or you can actually see how something can become a kingdom. But right now it's just, you know, kind of up here. Slowly it is coming into reality. At the bottom, you do have a yes. Not just a normal yes. It's a yes apostrophe or exclamation point. I know my pronunciation. I know my punctuation marks. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at this. Oh, this is so cool. Let me show you something. I love when things come back around in readings. So look at what she's holding. She's literally holding the sun and the moon in her hands. And you have this balance of the sun and the moon. That's so freaking cool. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Yes, things are going to happen. Things are going to change. You're going to figure it out. You're going to be all right. That being said, I love you so much. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.